We're back for another one. The Entertainment episode 97. It's October 8th. It's Tuesday. And Michael and Alex joined via Skype. What's up, guys?
What is going on?
What up?
Just another Tuesday. But this time, the Steelers are 1-4. We got a lot to talk about. Lots to talk about today. A lot of football action. Hockey's back. Baseball's in full swing in the playoffs. No pun intended.
Nice.
And there's some NBA going on. A lot of sports going around. Lots to talk about.
Oh, jeez.
A lot of sports. But like I said, the Pittsburgh Steelers, currently sitting at a 1-4 record. Is it time to hit the panic button?
Nope. Definitely not.
No, why?
The only reason is because everybody else in our division sucks so bad that we could still potentially clinch.
Yeah.
It definitely helps that our whole division is just dog shit.
What, the Ravens are 3-2?
And they lead the division as of now. The Browns got their fucking throats dicked down last night by
Jimmy G
49ers and company. Right. And so that's why I say the Steelers, not time to hit the panic button. You mentioned Jimmy G, Michael. Jimmy G and company, 4-0 record. Steelers lost to them, rightfully so.
Yeah, we fucking know, Ty.
But the teams that the Steelers have lost to this season are a combined 16-3. Two of those teams are the only two undefeated teams left in the league right now, Patriots and 49ers. The competition has been good so far. And we're starting our third string quarterback. Like, yeah, shit's not going to be where we want it to be at this point, but we're not out of it.
Absolutely not out of it. And, the one team that we did beat was just the shittiest team in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean...
However, that's a good win. You have to get that win.
That's a must win, and they won, so... Cheers to them.
Yeah, but I definitely, like you said, Tapia, the division shit. So, everyone on Twitter, all these Steelers fans, everyone giving us shit, saying, the season's over, looking forward to next year. It's like, yeah, I'm looking forward to next year, but that's in, the back of my mind. I'm looking forward to every week. Like, the Steelers are the fucking Steelers, bro. We know who they are, with or without first strings or stud stars. Like,
they are who we thought they were.
I was gonna say they are who we thought they weren't, because I never thought that in 2019 the Steelers would start off 1-4.
And I also would say two of those games were pretty winnable. Like, this Ravens game was winnable, and the Seahawks game was very winnable.
Agree.
Even the Niners game, if you look at it, like, we turned the ball over. We got them to turn the ball over 5 times. So it's a lot of these games where, like, it just barely slipped out of our hands, because the Seahawks and the Ravens one was a lot closer. But we didn't get embarrassed like we did the first game.
Right. And that first game, we knew that they were going to lose that game from when the schedule was released.
Yep.
Like you said, dude, it's like we have trouble with the Patriots the same way the Bengals have trouble with the Steelers.
Yeah, it doesn't matter fucking who's playing or who's on whose roster.
Who's on first?
And what's on second. If the Bengals come to Heinz Field and if the Steelers go to Foxborough, it's just going to be a fucking disaster.
Yep.
It's a sad reality.
A lot of bloodbaths going on there. But let's talk about this most recent game. A loss to the shitbird Ravens. Nobody likes to see it. Very close game. The scary point in the game, Mason Rudolph going down, getting knocked out fucking flat cold, dude. He was out before he hit the ground, and then when he hit the ground, his head bounced off the ground.
And his arms went straight up.
Just
Dude,
went.
and his arms like fucking just got stiff.
Yeah.
It was scary. It was scary.
My good hand.
Dude, it was scary. I literally, Juju was on the field crying. I had flashbacks to fucking Shade's ear.
Dude.
Yeah.
And
sorry, Tiger, you go ahead.
The fact that they brought out the cart and the stretcher, and it didn't even work. They took his face mask off, which I saw today on Twitter. Somebody said the only time he ever sees them take off the face mask is when they get put on a stretcher or backboard because it's serious. So they took off his face mask. You thought it was a serious injury, but then he gets up and walks off the field, which, Michael, I know you and I had this conversation. You were not very fucking pleased. The fact that he walked off when he was knocked out cold.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and my thing, too, it's not like he was knocked out and kind of woke up. Dude, he wasn't waking up for a while. That's the part that concerned me the most.
Yeah. I've seen that he was knocked out longer than most UFC fights I've ever seen in my life. Like 99.9%.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy, dude. And before we talk more about that, the fucking play he made.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Incredible. Kept them in that game. Like, that was huge. If he would have just eaten that sack, that, like, I would have not watched the second half of the game. Good one, Ty.
Yeah, I mean.
But he made a hell of a play and then got popped. And, dude, that cart thing, that made me so mad. We'll talk about the Earl Thomas hit, whether it was vicious or not. But somebody said, or responded to us on Twitter, the cart was broken. That is such a fucking unacceptable excuse.
Oh, I agree.
Like, this man was crushed, whether it's an illegal hit or not. He was knocked out cold. Fucking head bounced off the ground. Like you guys were saying, he was on the ground forever. Ty mentioned you only take the mask off when it's, a super serious injury. If the cart doesn't work, you have a secondary cart. You have an emergency cart. You see one of the Ravens players get fucking carted off in another cart.
Dude, and especially it's unacceptable in a $15 billion industry. $15 billion industry. There's no excuse for this.
They were saying that, this past year, or all their rule changes have been for player safety and whatnot. It's like the severity of that hit, you do not let him walk off under his own power under any circumstances. Even if he says that he's Gucci to walk off, he did not look Gucci to walk off.
Yeah.
He was fucking seeing stars for sure.
He should definitely not. And Michael, you said the Earl Thomas hit. That's been the talk of the town lately is, whether or not that was a legal hit or not. Most Steelers fans, I'd say all for the most part, Steeler fans would agree that it was a dirty hit. It was a helmet-to-helmet hit. He should have been flagged. He should have been ejected. Now, I don't know what you guys think, but from what I saw, yeah, he should be fined for it. I don't know that he should have been ejected for it, but I definitely don't think it was an egregious hit, and I don't think he meant to hurt him. I think he was just coming in high with his hands up because, contemplating the pass.
That's what defenders do.
It's called playing defense in football. Right. And he came in high and he went to hit him, and it just so happened he hit him high when he hit him. I don't think he did it on purpose, and I definitely don't think it was egregious.
I agree with you 100%, and I think the part that maybe it sucks because the fact that he was getting hit from behind and the front at the same time is what maybe makes it worse. But never Earl Thomas at all people. I never thought he was a dirty player. I've never seen him make a hit where I was like, wow, that's fucked up. But the hit it was just a football hit. Yeah, I think he accidentally hit him too high.
It was just unfortunate, dude.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I would never, after the play, I was never after I was like, yeah, he's gonna get fined. At the moment, I would have liked to see him ejected just because of the heat of the moment.
Right.
But looking back on it, I mean, I'm not mad.
But Steelers fans also have to remember when talking about hits like that, against the Seahawks, Bud Dupree fucking popped Wilson right in the mouth and totally should have been ejected based on the hit. And he wasn't. They didn't call anything. So,
dude, also, I mean, I guess we were talking about it too. Bud Dupree, who was it? Was it Tannehill? Ryan Tannehill? That he knocked out like 2 years ago in the playoff game. He like late hit full helmet to helmet, knocked him in his ass and put him into like next year.
Yeah.
And you say that in like a negative way. I love that about Bud Dupree. Like, we need to see more of that, bro. Like, let's get after the quarterback.
Yeah, well, dude, you see what getting after the quarterback gets you. Fucking what's his name? I can't remember his name. It's too complicated to pronounce. D lineman on the Steelers, the one
92.
Alua?
No.
O'Donnell or
Adenelli?
O'Denny. It starts with an O.
Let's eat at Denny's.
Yeah, let's eat at Denny's.
Yeah.
I'll look it up right now.
Dude, he literally hit Lamar Jackson as he was getting rid of the ball, took him to the ground, not even hard, just like made a football tackle. Gets called for the roughing the passer. I don't even know what a roughing the passer is anymore.
He grabbed him around the knees, like right around the quads, the thighs. Like, it was the most perfect, just fundamentally sound tackle.
And safest tackle you could possibly have.
He didn't land on the QB with his body weight. He didn't hit him with the crown of his helmet. He didn't hit his legs. He didn't hit his head. He didn't hit him in the like. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's Ola Adeniyi.
Let's eat Denny's. Yeah, they have great pancakes. What can I say?
And he actually tweeted too after the game. He quote tweeted the video of his play, and he said, "I'm sorry, Steelers fans. I was just trying to make a play." Yeah, I was like, bro, you don't have to fucking apologize. Like, I think, or I hope that was more of just like a troll to the NFL. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, also, Gene Steratore says that play was wrong.
Yeah, he also said the Devin Bush interception was wrong. So you just gotta eat that one.
Well, dude, and you notice a pattern here though. The officiating this year has been fucking atrocious.
So bad.
And this whole fucking challenging penalty bullshit has to go, dude. These coaches are wasting challenges on plays that they're clearly right on, but they don't get reversed because there's no clear and cut evidence.
Right.
So you're just wasting challenges and timeouts. And
but that kind of worked in the favor of us. Because the Ravens only had like one timeout in the first half because they had fucking 2 challenges and failed them both.
I just think it's a dumb fucking rule that you can challenge that shit. Like, I get the Saints got fucked last year. I totally get that.
That's one fucking team. It doesn't, like, who the fuck do you think you are, Saints? Fucking just making new rules because of one play. You're a sore loser.
Like,
one play doesn't change the game.
I totally get the frustration, and I get wanting that rule changed. But it should have to come from like upstairs, like the highest of the high of officiating should be the only person that can be like, you know what, that was super fucking questionable. Let's take a look at that. You shouldn't be able to just challenge this shit all willy-nilly.
Well, they do have, like, the coach doesn't challenge that off his shit. Like, people talk to him through his headset that are upstairs watching TVs and shit, and they're the ones that say, yeah, fucking throw the flag.
Right.
But that's the problem. Is
always wrong.
So the coach, he sees the play, whatever, but it's like, again, I always go to Madden. If you go to Madden and you do a replay to see what happened on the field, and then you go back to challenge it, you can't.
Yeah.
So it's like stupid that the people that are upstairs that have all these cameras and different angles and shit, like, they can see it and be like, oh yeah, throw that flag. Stupid.
Right.
No, it's crazy. It's
like,
it's just,
and if you're gonna,
it's very inconsistent. It's like how we were talking in our group chat on Sunday that the play calling was all over the place. Like, some of them against us were wrong. Some of them that we got were also wrong. So I mean, I guess the balance was there where I guess like everything we thought was going to go away wasn't, and what wasn't was going.
Well, and you said the balance was there, and we're talking penalties. Both teams were penalized 11 fucking times.
It's a lot.
That's
Dude.
20,
Also,
22 penalties.
the two neutral zone
Yeah,
infringements.
TJ
BS.
Watt,
BS.
dude, that was such
Oh my god.
horseshit.
Oh my god.
There were
And then-
5 penalties, or Steelers had 5 penalties in the first 9 minutes.
I don't even remember those penalties.
That's the
But-
thing, dude. Every penalty was so like ticky-tack bullshit.
Yeah, I agree. And then we were even saying, Ty, that one Deontay Johnson in the end zone, he pushed the defensive back closer to the ball. And I don't know what channel or how you guys are listening to it, but the commentators were saying, oh yeah, that's clear pass interference because Deontay Johnson pushed him and that threw off his balance. I was like, no, he pushed him towards the ball. That fucker should have caught it.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
No, I'm totally with you. He literally, he didn't even push him hard either. He just kind of like went,
give him like a tap.
Yeah.
It's like when he's like, I can't catch up to him. Fuck it. Like, just whatever.
It's like, that's a professional athlete. I'm sure he did not throw off his balance by nudging him towards the ball, towards the way he was already fucking running as it is.
I was going to say, I bet you that he did nothing but help him.
Yeah. It's,
You
dude,
put him
it's
in great
bullshit.
position and he didn't make the play.
Literally.
Yeah, I know. There's so many things that just pissed me off in that game, but I am happy to say that the Steelers defense, dude.
Wait, no, let's keep talking about shit that pisses us off first.
Dude, we'll be here all day, but okay.
No,
the
I got a
Wildcat?
few more things. Yeah, I was going to say. But we'll end on a good note and get into the rest of the show. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Save the best for last.
right, absolutely. Tapia, you just kind of said it. The fucking Wildcat, Jalen Samuels. Why are you throwing a Wildcat pass on your 4-yard line
Dude.
at any time in the game?
And actually, I read today. I don't know if you guys seen this. Jalen Samuels, I guess until we found out about his knee surgery, he was one of the backup emergency quarterbacks.
He was their 5th string backup emergency.
Yeah.
Who was 4th?
Whoever's the practice squad guy, probably.
They just let him go today.
No, I saw they let go of somebody on their practice squad that was a quarterback, but it wasn't Paxton Lynch.
Yeah,
No,
because they still
Paxton Lynch
packed.
is the number 2 now.
Yeah, so they brought him up.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say though, but if Hodges went down, Paxton Lynch isn't there to suit up and play. He's a practice squad guy, so Jalen Samuels would have had to suit up and be the quarterback.
Yeah.
And that's who I knew they were talking about was like, well, at South Carolina, he was like, he played like everything. Like, no
NC
joke,
State.
everything. NC State.
Yeah,
Which is
and
crazy to
They
me.
mentioned that he was such a versatile player. He played literally every position on offense.
Yeah, plus the dude they let go on the practice squad, they only brought him in for the week to mimic how Lamar Jackson plays.
Yeah,
Really
Yeah.
I did see that.
decent. Yeah, but what are we doing running that Wildcat pass?
Listen, terrible fucking coaching decision. Terrible play calling.
Yep.
Use your fucking head. You're inside your own 20. You're already down, and you're going to run that. And from what I had heard is Jalen Samuels was supposed to he was intended to pass it, or I'm sorry, run it. But if he thought he was going to lose a bunch of yards or get the safety, he was supposed to just throw it off. So I think what happened is he kind of got backed up at first, and he went to throw the ball off, and he tried to throw it to somebody instead of throw it out of bounds, and it just got fucking picked.
That's the problem is he threw the ball before Washington had even beaten his guy and turned his head around. The ball was just up in the air. Washington had no idea where it was at. The defender was like, why did he just throw that to me?
Yeah, right. It was just bad play call, bad execution, and the fact that they did it while they were backed up inside their own fucking 10 is like, dude, we could have fucking used our brains better than that and been like, you know what, probably a bad play call.
Out of all the plays you choose to run there at that specific place.
Well, and that's what we're saying. Like, regardless if Samuels kept the ball and ran it, threw it, completed it, whatever. What are you doing running that play at that time of the game?
Randy Fickner.
And listen, I like
fucking dummy.
I like the wild card thing. I like they did it against the Bengals. It looked good. I don't mind mixing it into the Ravens game, but you don't think they fucking watched film on you running the Wildcat all fucking week? You don't think they figured that shit out in a week of preparing to play you? Like, get more creative. You can't just run the same shit you ran last week.
Ty,
they
that's the
did with
problem.
that jet sweep where they tossed it like 3 times. I mean, that ended up working a lot better than just the normal.
Right. Because it was different. They hadn't prepared for it.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is a Bengal is a wildcat. So the Steelers fought fire with fire and used the wildcat against the Bengals. The problem against the Ravens is that they didn't go with the air attack.
Yeah.
That's what they needed to do. Just run streaks all fucking day
you nailed
long.
it. You nailed
You
it.
should be the new offensive coordinator of the fucking Steelers.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think I'd be phenomenal. I'm on season or year 2022 in Madden. Number one owner. I've won 3 Super Bowls. What do you guys want?
How old are you?
Me or my owner? We're both
both.
25.
Okay. Then here, not to stray off too much. This week the Steelers played the Chargers. What would you play the Chargers with?
I would start TJ Watt at halfback because there's another Watt that's on the Chargers.
Oh, yeah.
Watt is also a unit measuring power.
Yeah.
So
are you making these up on as you go?
Don't forget Nick Bosa.
Cards right here.
Yeah, don't forget Nick Bosa's on the team too.
Fuck that guy.
Dude, the Bosa brother on the Niners last tore
the
it.
Bosas are disgusting.
Yeah.
Dude, they're
so
both
good.
sick, but they're both very injury prone. They can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's kind of. I mean, JJ Watt's always.
Speaking
been
of Niners and fullback, dude, the Niners run a fullback set, and I think it works pretty fucking well. I know
100%.
You've been talking. Why don't we run the fullback? I know we're missing Rosie next, but dude, you run a fullback set. As far as running game goes, especially when you have a good fullback that can actually run the ball from time to time, it makes a world of difference.
And passing, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it literally, and I say this every time, I'm sorry. Madden, I've got Mike Allstott. You utilize the fullback game. If I'm running a halfback dive, you've got a fucking beast blocker. Rosie Nix, same idea. Or you do a little fake halfback play action. Rosie Nix, Mike Allstott, out to the side. Get you 10 yards. Like,
well, dude, the fullback on the Niners, every time Breida would fucking run up the middle, he would just like cut out and come in and chop block the fucking lineman, and you have a wide open hole. And Breida took it 82 fucking yards to the house. Like, dude, it works.
Dude, the first play of the game, Breida literally sprinted to the house. Or not the first play of the game, the first drive for the Niners, sorry.
First play for the Niners, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And but that use check, he's disgusting. He's good.
So good.
I think he got hurt, or I saw he got hurt or something.
Yeah, he went to the tent yesterday, but I wish the Steelers would do something like that, dude. They're getting the running game going a little bit, but not as much as I'd like. They need to do something different. I mean, like I said, the Wildcat worked for a minute, but can't keep running the Wildcat, especially against the good teams.
Yeah, like maybe
you only run the Wildcat against Wildcats.
Yes.
Such as the Bengals.
Jaguars, you can run it all day.
Probably, yeah.
They're a Wildcat. So
Detroit Lions.
The Lions, they're more domesticated in my mind, but yeah, you know.
Yeah, if you live in the jungle of Africa.
Yeah, that's why they call me Tarzan. It's my nickname in high school.
Also, while we were talking about the Wildcat and Jalen Samuels, he's hurt.
Yeah,
dude, which is
surgery.
Unexpected knee surgery.
I got a notification on fucking my fantasy league, and I was like, "What?"
That's the thing, though. I don't think he didn't have surgery. He just got his knee scoped. As
like
far as I saw,
like an invasive scope.
Yeah, like you get your knee scoped. Like they think you tore something, you get it scoped, whatever. So I think that's what happened because they thought something was wrong. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Don't quote me on
out for
it.
a month then?
I was gonna say he's missing significant time.
Still out for a month, but if he had surgery, he'd be out for more than a month.
Well, actually, I saw.
Well, on the meniscus, not for sure.
Yeah, it'd be 4 to 6 weeks at most.
Which is half the season, but still.
Again, I'm not a doctor.
Not half the season.
So that leaves us to wonder, what's going to happen to the Steelers' run game for the next month.
Because do we even know if James Conner?
Football.
Do we even know if James Conner is 100% healthy?
Benny Snell?
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure James is good, as far as I
All
know.
right.
So just
Well-
say you have James Conner, you're good to go. But who's gonna back him up? Who's gonna
Benny.
Snell.
Benny
And I
Snell.
was gonna say, let's imagine the worst. James Conner, he's been roughed up a little bit. Let's say he's not in the picture. We got Benny Snell, and then who?
Then nobody
Trey Edmonds.
got rid of him, didn't we?
No, I think he's practice squad RB.
Yeah.
Or you just let Benny Snell run loose, use him like Le'Veon, just fucking get him
Dude,
those
right.
reps.
You got to
Let
give him a
Benny
breather
Snell play
here and
Benny
there,
Snell
though.
football.
Yeah,
Honestly, I think it was Juju's bike on Twitter. They said Jay Ajayi is
free agent. I wouldn't mind seeing Jay Ajayi in a Steelers uniform.
Neither would I. Jay
The dude
Ajayi.
used to beast.
Yeah.
Neither would Jai.
I think that'd be pretty decent.
Yeah, and here's
But
a
that's
wild thought.
only if Wildcat.
That's only if what?
What do you got, Ty?
Here's a wild idea. You got Vance McDonald and you got Nick Vannett now. Why don't you line one of them up at fullback once in a blue moon, dude?
That's funny you said that because I was thinking it, but I was like, that might be a little too crazy.
I don't think that's that crazy, dude. You've seen tight ends line up at fullback before, plenty of times.
Dude, those two guys are beasts.
Wait a second.
Yeah, genius. I know.
No, yeah, that is genius. Sorry, but Jalen Samuels played fullback at NC State. With
Played
Rosie
everything.
Nix being out, why? Like, I'm assuming the Steelers have not run any fullback sets because they do not have a fullback currently. But
Exactly.
Jalen Samuels can be that fullback. Could have been that fullback until he got hurt. Like we just said, NC State. We've seen him do the Wildcat. We've seen him do this. Like, fucking put him at the fullback. Don't line him up next to James Conner in a shotgun formation. Fucking I formation. Stack him up.
Dude, that's a great point. Why not just run the I with both Jalen and James Conner?
And then you can switch off handoffs and you can run a flea flicker.
You saw what happened against the Bengals when both of them were in, and they were running the Wildcat shit. They were running all sorts of different wild, crazy shit. It worked. Like, put them both on the field at the same time, and you will be successful.
I agree.
Plain and simple. Well, it's
I
too
agree.
late for all that now. So let's run the fullback set through Nick Vannett, and we'll call it a day.
I think I've got one more little deal that I wanted to talk about before we talk the positives.
The gripes? You got one more gripe?
No, but what I
Gilbert
do
Gripe?
have Gilbert Gripe.
Go on.
Do you guys know the name Justin Lane?
Yeah.
Do I ever?
The third
Michigan State
overall cornerback for Michigan State that the Steelers drafted?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen him play this year? Where the fuck has he been?
No, I have not. But you know what? I thought about it after we had this conversation. I don't think they really need him right now.
I agree.
Dude, the defense has been stellar. The defensive backs, particularly. Joe Hayden. You got Steamy Nicks over there. You got Nick Fitzpatrick.
Incredible.
You've got Cam Kelly, who's coming in to his own a little bit.
Just got his first career pick.
Goddamn right.
Dude, which a guy that came from the AFL.
That's right. I forgot that he did.
Good for him,
That's
dude.
sick.
What a story.
I mean, dude, the
Ty.
defensive backs have been playing well. I don't think we really need Justin Lane yet.
That is a fucking phenomenal point, and I love that you said that. But he's not even getting a helmet. He's not even getting fucking dressed. Like, he's inactive.
He's got to share a mouth guard, I hear.
I mean, fuck, maybe
gross.
he doesn't even need it because he's not playing. Like,
rotate using the jock strap.
what if someone goes down? There's Cam Sutton, who I put him in fucking I gotta check my note quick. It was Sutton and Stevie Nicks that had a huge breakup early in the end zone. Two
Yeah.
separate plays.
Dude,
Like it was
Where he
literally,
dove?
it was like the receiver and then them right over the top of them. It was beautiful. It could not have been played any better.
dude, well, Cam
That
Sutton
was the first note I put in my phone. Like I was thoroughly impressed with both of those plays.
dude, Cam Sutton had a great one too. I think it was not that one, that same exact one, but another one where they threw it to his guy, and he dove to swat it down.
I think that might be the one I'm talking. It was like first or second
In the
quarter.
end zone?
Yeah, it was two separate plays. Nelson on
Okay.
his own guy, and then Sutton on his own guy, and yeah, they both dove over him and swatted it. It was fucking beautiful.
Dude, yeah.
How about my pick to click? Not pick to click, but my, I don't know, my. What did we say last week with Matt? Our most impressed by player.
We had picks to click. I picked Juju.
Oh yeah, I forgot who I even picked.
Yeah, I don't remember who you guys picked, but I remember I picked Juju. And
I think it went like Juju, Mason, and James Conner.
I was gonna say I thought you both picked like the same person, but I don't remember.
I don't know, but last week I remember saying
you weren't here.
Oh yeah. I remember saying I was impressed last week by Mike Hilton. I was very impressed the way he played. Well, this week again, dude. First pick of the season. He's popping off.
Dude. And he's only 5'8", 184 pounds.
It's not the size of the dog, Tapia.
It's about to fight in him.
He has figured it out. Yo, I just saw. I have a note in my phone here. James Conner scored a touchdown with a fullback in the game. They lined somebody up at fullback, and James Conner scored on it.
We're going to have to find it.
We're going to have to find that clip.
And then we're going to have to go back and erase everything that we said about fullbacks.
I said clip, by the way. We have to find that clip. Even though I have a hard time finding the clit.
No.
Horse.
I thought you were going to say Tappy's wearing blue, so he's a...
Clit.
Crit.
Dude, I can't even comment on this. My girlfriend's mom listens to this.
Well...
It's just hi, dude.
Yeah. Well, we'll shout out my girlfriend's mom.
What's her last name?
Shout out to Mrs. Jameson.
Mrs. James. Yo, yeah. I don't know what Vanessa's mom looks like, but Mrs. Jameson makes her sound like she's pretty good looking.
Hey,
it makes me think that she likes whiskey.
Nope.
Jameson.
Yeah, it's also a man's name. I thought we were just saying shit that didn't matter. I don't know.
Wow.
We've been doing it for 97 weeks now.
I'm gonna puke. Oh fuck, bud. Anyway,
I have one more bad thing to talk about.
Okay.
Going into halftime, they got 3 points and they had 3 shots to score, and they went into halftime with a timeout. Do you guys remember that?
I do.
Vaguely.
What the fuck? Fucking Rudolph hucked 2 through the end zone. Like, it's not his fault. I mean, he didn't turn the ball over, but we need to score on that. And I bring this up because Wagner to Hopeless on Twitter said, "Did the Steelers have 4 timeouts in the second half now?" Like, that was crucial. They needed that score and they had a timeout. Do something.
And here's what I've noticed all year with the Steelers is they've been so, like, I think, afraid to do anything too crazy, like too out there, try to go for that big drive with not much time left, or try to throw it downfield, make a huge play. Like, they've been so tentative to just do anything all fucking season. I don't know if that has to do with the fact that everybody's getting hurt and they don't really have the same group that they're used to, or
Maybe.
it's a coaching problem. Like, I just don't know.
Maybe. It's, I mean, those 2 throws that Rudolph wasted at the end zone. Maybe, I mean, Connor had a few good runs up the middle. If you get 10 extra yards, call timeout, then you're fucking 1st and 10, 1st and goal. Like, then I would understand if you just wasted one in the end zone, but like, just throw into the end zone twice. I didn't like it.
No, did not like it.
Clock management, man. That I don't want Tomlin out. I love Mike Tomlin as a head coach, but clock management, baby.
That's the thing, dude. And like the time of possession all year, like you said, we've been way behind every other team, and just managing the clock, like it's little shit like that they're just not doing this year that they've, for the most part, done in the past.
Right.
And I don't know what the problem is.
Well, and again, they ran 22 less plays than the Ravens.
Yeah.
Like, our defense is great, but they're great or they're not great if they're all fucking burned out.
Yeah, and they're not great when you're chasing all these points and you have the offense fucking on the field all the goddamn time. It's a recipe for disaster, not to be confused with the recipe for cinnamon rolls. So,
yeah, you're right on that.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Can we talk about good things?
Yeah,
okay.
Let's talk the fact that Vance McDonald's back, but Xavier Grimble also got released. So kind of take the good with the bad.
Can we talk about my guy Duck getting into the game?
Quack,
I mean,
quack.
Super unfortunate circumstances, but yeah, good for that guy.
Dude.
Yeah,
Dude.
and good for you, Tapia.
Yeah,
You got to see him
Tapia's
play in a
been
regular season game.
the number one Duck stan since I could fucking remember. I remember when they drafted him. You're like, Devlin Hodges, Duck.
Well, dude, undrafted free agent that they signed.
I was like, this kid will never fucking touch a football.
I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was like, I think we need to drop one of our guys we drafted and put this guy as number 3 for sure.
Yeah. Well, aren't you glad? Wait, we did drop him, right?
Yeah, we dropped him before the season started, and then when we traded Dobbs, we brought him back.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy, man. I mean,
thank God.
Just off the top of my head, he threw in college FCS almost 15,000 yards.
I'm going to get a beer.
He had 111 touchdowns, and he won the Walter Payton Award last year, which is the equivalent to the Heisman.
Yeah, that's fucking beat. Did you see it? I think Steelers Nation posted something like getting to know Devlin Hodges.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, and I'm going to pretty much repeat kind of what you said. He's the all-time NCAA FCS leader. Well, I got to tell Ty this. Ty, you ready?
What? Yeah.
Devlin Hodges is the all-time NCAA FCS leader in passing yards with 14,584 as a 4-year starter at Samford. Hodges went undrafted in the 2019 NFL Draft before the Steelers signed him. They waived him on the August 31st, re-signed him September 10th after trading Josh Jacobs to the Jags. And his accolades is, Tappy, you said the 2018 Walter Payton Award.
Yeah.
He was a 3-time Southern Conference Offensive Player of the Year and a 3-time first team All-Conference.
No, yeah, he has good accolades coming out for sure.
He's the all-time NCAA FCS leader in passing.
Dude, 14,584 yards.
And listen,
we get that it's not the FBS, but that's still a fucking great feat.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, all these fucking Ravens fans online are talking mad shit to Steelers fans too, like we fucking beat your asses type of shit.
Yeah, and it's like acting like they won the Super Bowl.
Dude, the Ravens, first of all, Lamar Jackson threw 3 picks and had maybe, I think, 1 touchdown. Like, dog shit.
Steelers defense
incredible. I know.
Dude.
And not to mention, the Ravens defense got picked apart by a 3rd-string undrafted free agent in Devlin Hodges. Like, your team is not good. We tore you apart.
Yeah, bro. Devlin Hodges played phenomenal when, for the circumstances that the situation he was thrown into is just throwing him in the fucking burning fire.
Just like Mason did.
Right. And they both handled it phenomenally. And I was talking to my mom earlier. My mom was like, this third string quarterback, he's got to be under so much pressure. Like if he's going to start this next game and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, honestly, I think the exact opposite. Like he's a third stringer. What does he have to lose? Like
Literally
they
nothing.
don't have any other option.
Yeah.
And he looked so good
Yep.
in the time that he played.
Yeah, and to reiterate a few things that he even said was that he's like, like Ben takes a real big liking to Devlin because he said Devlin is fearless. He's like Buck is fearless. Like the guy goes out there and like he doesn't care, what everyone else has to say about him or what he has to do. Like he's gonna play his football and he makes things happen. I mean, and dude, we saw he came in and was slinging the ball like he had been like this was like his 4th week starting.
Right. And it's like, that's super awesome to see. Like, I love that. But he also threw that pick to Earl Thomas that got called back. And, like, I loved that. He was on the run. He fucking just slung it. And somebody on Twitter was like, yo, you're not Patrick Mahomes. Don't do that shit. But I'm like,
who cares?
I was like, bro, he's trying to put his sack on the field. He's trying to.
Dude.
He's doing what Mason Rudolph has yet to do, is try to make that big play.
Dude, and he rushed to get a first down. He like saw the gap, hit it, and ran out of bounds.
Yeah, he had 2 rushes for 20 yards.
Yeah. He also threw the ball 7 of 9 with 68 yards. Like, dude, he did what he needed to do.
Yep.
Absolutely. And that's why, like, next week, I better see him starting.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be a few weeks till Mason's back, at least another week.
Well, yeah, but I hope to God that they don't try to bring anybody else in or try to get Paxton Lynch up there. Or we saw what Devlin can do. I think that he looked just as comfortable as Rudolph, if not more comfortable, composed. Mason is agile and he can move, get out of the pocket. But Devlin Hodges looked like, I'm ready to run.
Yep. He looked like a more mobile Big Ben.
Yep.
Well, that's what I thought Mason Rudolph looked like.
He looks like a just as mobile Big Ben.
But Big Ben when he first got drafted.
Right.
So, yeah.
Hodges,
I would say Rudolph's got like an 80 speed and Hodges has like an 86.
I'd say Rudolph probably has like a 72 speed, and Hodges has more like a 79.
So,
I mean,
pretty much what I said, but just 10 points lower for each.
Yeah, that's a big difference in points.
Yeah, but I'm trying to fucking hype him up, bro. I'm excited about him.
I'm just trying
awesome.
You're being optimistic. I'm being a realist. So
I'm not being optimistic.
Okay. Tyson is being a Debbie Downer.
No. I'm being real. I keep it real around here.
You're being a negative nincompoop, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude. Fuck both of you.
Thank you.
James Conner got a touchdown. Still not many rushing yards, though, out of him. 14 carries for 55 yards. I mean,
he's averaging like 3 yards a fucking carry.
Samuels only had 3 rushes. Like, you have to run the ball better and more often. You just have to.
Really quick, Jalen Samuels, since all of those touch passes count as or touch tosses count as a pass, his career rating is 80%. He's 4 of 5, 35 yards and 1 pick.
Nice. That's like
1 pick.
That's like the Nathan Peterman of running backs for football.
Oh, Peterman would have had
football,
like 6 interceptions.
for quarterbacks as running backs or running backs as quarterbacks. Were you?
Football.
Yeah.
But anyways, dude. Yeah, you need to run the ball more. Juju, nice to see him get more in the mix, dude. 7 receptions for 75 yards.
Also, I was going to say, can we talk about Minkah Fitzpatrick getting hurdled twice?
Yeah.
Was it by Hurst both times?
Yeah, both times. It was within like 4 plays.
Yeah, you can't have that.
But that's what happens when you get a guy like Minkah who always shoots low.
Well,
yeah, it's
Tapia,
like
I'm gonna stop you both right there. Thank you for that, because I wanted to tweet, or I wanted to put in my notes. That's how every single Steelers defensive back tackles.
Yep, low.
Dive at their knees.
Yeah.
I'm fucking hurdle. I will hurdle you. Me personally, skinny vanilla, 5'10", 135 pounds.
The fact that you just referred to yourself as skinny vanilla is ridiculous.
Well, because I know this is going to be on the interwebs, and I don't want everyone to really know my name.
Okay, Michael.
All right. Sound like a coworker.
But for real, like, Tabby, you just said it. He got hurdled twice, and that's how Fitzpatrick shoots low. That's why he fits in with the Steelers, because they all shoot low.
Fitzpatrick shoots low.
Two more things. The fact he got hurdled twice, then that tight end literally ran through 2 or 3 of our guys, and nobody could bring him down. And Lamar Jackson sniffed the crap out of TJ Watt. And just it looked like a bump, dude. It looked like a bumper. It was embarrassing. You know what? That's why Ola Adeniyi had to push him out of bounds, because he had to make up for what TJ Watt did.
Listen, it's unfortunate that Watt got stiff-armed to the earth's crust like that.
It was so dumb to watch.
But he bounced up pretty quick from. Look at this. Like a trampoline, dude.
Yeah, I mean, of course, dude. He's a Watt.
Up at him.
I was telling Ty earlier, Lamar's stiff arm wasn't too strong, but it made TJ Watt look like a fucking ragdoll.
He hit him at the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
He sure did.
Because the whole time I was like, oh my God. I was like, Lamar Jackson's about to go down so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he
I mean, he did. Because he hit that reporter.
Yeah, he did.
Tough to see. He made up for it, though, by getting 1 or 2 sacks.
Bud?
No, Watt.
Oh. TJ had 1 sack. Vince Williams had a sack. Cam Hayward had a sack. Jonathan Hargrave had a sack. And your boy Bud Dupree had a sack.
And the Watt and Vince sacks were back-to-back. And it was Vince's first sack of the season.
Yeah,
because he is finally back in the roster.
This is the second game of the season.
Yeah, right.
They finally found a hamstring donor.
Dude, Vince had 9 tackles in the sack. Devin Bush, again, had 8 tackles. And that fucking interception, whether it was legitimate or not, it was legitimate on the field. And it was fucking awesome.
It was a nice play.
We're already seeing way more turnovers, interceptions this year than we had like in the combined last 3 years, I want to say.
And, dude, if you take a look... Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, and Joe Hayden dropped one.
Yeah.
It hit him in the fucking numbers, bro.
That
was so bad.
Hit him in a bad spot. The hands.
And he's known for his hands. That's the worst part.
Literally.
Yeah, not a good look.
That was tough. But really quick, I'll just go through week 1, they had 0 takeaways. Week 2, they had 2 takeaways. Week 3 against the Niners, they had 5 takeaways. Week 4, 2 takeaways. Last week, 3 takeaways. Like, you need to be winning games with that, bruh.
And look at how much better they've done the first 2 games compared to the last.
Right. The first
3
2 games, they had 2 takeaways. And then the fucking weeks 3 through 5, they've had 10.
You know what the difference is there? What happened after week 2 on the defensive end that changed?
I think it's Mr. Minka.
Mr. 2 in the Minka, 1 in the Pinka.
A little
as soon as he joined that defense, they fucking snapped it on, dude. They clicked as soon as he got there.
Who's that missing piece? And Stevie Nichols.
Stevie, fucking good old Steamy Nicks out there.
Hey, Ty, I got a rebuttal to that. Weeks 1 through 2, they've had 2 turnovers. 3 through 5, they've had 5.
Well, he doesn't play offense.
I know, but I mean, he's in the locker room. What if he's a fucking cancer in the locker room, dude? He's screwing up the offense.
He's a cancer because our dudes can't hang on to the ball.
Last thing, week 1, 1 sack. Week 2, 4 sacks. Week 3, 1 sack. But they had the 5 takeaways. And then week 4 they had 8 sacks, which was so sick, and then last week 5 sacks. I think they're third in the league in sacks right now.
Yeah.
Dude, they're I think they're like top 3 in takeaways.
Well, sounds like the Steelers D is a bunch of big sack guys.
Yeah, they got huge sacks.
Huge sacks.
Yeah, third in the league.
Yeah, they're tied for the lead in turnovers, third in sacks, 1 and 4.
Yeah, so it's like, and you know what, dude? It sucks because you got to think, like, if you had the whole squad healthy, if you had Ben, you had a healthy James Conner, a healthy Juju.
AB, Le'Veon, Shazier.
No. Forget that.
Antonio Holmes.
Oh, wait.
A healthy Jalen
17.
Samuels. If they could just play halfway decent football while the defense shows out like this, like, they could win the whole thing. They could win the Super Bowl. They could compete with the Patriots. It's
That's
just
why I'm
unfortunate.
optimistic every fucking year.
I know, but it's just unfortunate that this year there's been so many fucking injuries. Ben goes down. Juju had turf toe. Jalen Samuels out for a month. You've got James Washington, who's now in a sling because of a left arm injury that he had last game. You've got Mark Barron, who, granted, he's sucked thus far, but he's
Uncertain
hurt.
status for Sunday.
He what?
They're saying his status is uncertain for Sunday.
Right. So it's like you have all these fucking injuries, dude. Mason Rudolph getting knocked out fucking cold.
Anthony Chickalo.
Anthony Chicklets.
Chicaletas.
So
Like,
all
all
these
these
Tyler Makovich was playing.
To all these key
I like
guys.
him, though. He plays hard.
Yeah. Well,
It's like, dude, you have to wonder what if.
Yeah.
What if you had a healthy squad? Would we be 1-4? I'd like to think. I'd like to think.
No, we wouldn't. We'd be fucking 3-2 or 4-1, and then we'd lose to the Patriots in the playoffs, and we'd be in, or we wouldn't make the playoffs, just like we did with when we had AB and Le'Veon and all these healthy guys. It sucks. It's just, it sucks. I saw a tweet that said Steelers fans under the age of like 30 or something. Like, you don't. This is the first time you've ever gone through this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like since we were born in 93, Tapia, 94, me and Ty. It's
92.
like 92, Tapia. It's like, yeah, dude, we've seen the Steelers go to 3 Super Bowls, win 2 of them. Never had a losing season really since, we really got into it. The last time they started 0-4, they finished 8-8. Like 0-4, shit's hitting the fan. Then you fucking finish 8-8. Yeah, you're not that bad.
Yeah.
A lot of teams would kill to go 8-8.
You make the playoffs at 8-8 a lot of times. I mean,
we could do it this year.
Yeah.
We still could, dude. I'm
they're
still
in third.
And listen, their next few games, they got what? The Dolphins. They got.
Well, they're the Chargers,
Dolphins.
bye week, Dolphins.
Back-to-back Sunday night games.
Which is ridiculous.
Well, yeah, but if you're giving us a Sunday night game against the Dolphins,
I'll take that. I want the world to see what we can do against the Dolphins.
Yeah. It's going to be like South versus Dundee Crown.
Yeah. Could you say 50 burger?
Yeah, 55-0. And Miami Dolphins homecoming.
Yo, let me get a 50
Aunt
burger.
Minka Fitzpatrick's homecoming, bro.
Oh, revenge game. Revenge game.
Yeah, he needs to redeem Khalil Mack because Khalil Mack didn't get his revenge game.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw this, or heard on part of my take. They said that the pick that the Raiders got from the Bears for the Khalil Mack trade, that guy scored 4 touchdowns.
Who?
Right? Or 3? Yeah,
2. Josh Jacobs?
2. Yeah, he scored 2 touchdowns.
Oh, cool. Khalil Mack turned into Josh Jacobs. That's actually, Khalil Mack's the best defensive player in the league, but
Josh
doesn't
Jacobs
do you
is
any
the best
good
running
when
back
you're
in the
not
league
winning
next
games.
years.
right. No, if that's legitimate, if that actually Josh Jacobs was that pick, that's tight. Because I got Josh Jacobs on fantasy, and that dude's been putting up some decent numbers.
Yeah, well, Vanessa's dad texted me on Sunday, and he was talking smack to me, and he's like, "Poor Vanessa, she has to watch the Steelers game." I was like, "Well, at least she doesn't have to watch Choke Daniels play in London." He didn't respond to me.
That's hilarious.
I was about to say you can't marry his daughter. You better fucking watch your shit. Oh, you want my daughter's
Dude.
hand in marriage? Fuck you. Remember that comment you made to me back on October 5th, 2019?
Dude, well, every Saturday and Sunday, he texts me. Saturday, be like, hey, guess who my favorite college team is? And it's whoever Michigan's playing. Every Sunday or Thursday, Monday, he goes, hey, guess who my second favorite team is? It's whoever the Steelers are playing.
Bastard. We don't need people like that in your life.
Yeah, cut out the negativity, Tapia.
Really quick, on Josh Jacobs. This was hilarious. He tweeted, they told me I wasn't good enough. ... Interesting. Raiders blessed. And it was him scoring a touchdown. Everyone's responding, bro, you played at Bama and were a first round pick. Like, what do you mean?
What do you mean you weren't good
Like, they
enough?
told me I wasn't good enough. You fucking were a first round pick at Bama. What do you mean you weren't good enough?
Literally, if you go to Bama, you're a shoo-in for the NFL. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
As a water boy, yeah. Anything.
Well, also, I guess this throws out there, so I'm talking a little college. Devlin on his Instagram has a snap of him and Jake Fromm hanging out together.
Jake from State Farm?
Dude, we made that fucking meme so long ago.
No,
and
you
then
made
I
that
just
meme.
recently saw it and like it blew up and I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like ours got 6 likes.
It's bogus, dude.
Yeah,
all right.
Bad timing.
We have to talk about it, dude.
Juju's fumble.
Juju's fumble.
I'm not mad.
Juju in overtime fumbles the ball in field goal range with the Steelers had already stopped the Ravens on offense. Was going for the win. We had the win locked up.
We just needed a fucking field goal.
All we needed, and Boswell's been perfect all year. Hasn't missed yet.
Perfect.
I didn't even want to talk about it because I don't want to jinx it.
I know.
Redemption season, son.
Yeah.
Okay, we're done. We're done talking about it.
All right, that's it.
Juju catches the ball and fumbles. Gets it punched out, Peanut Tillman style.
Beautiful play from Devlin. Beautiful catch. Great yardage.
Great catch, great yardage.
Dude, Duck almost recovered it, but it like bounced like away from him when he ran over.
Listen, dude, people are dragging Juju's name through the mud. Dragging his name through the mud for this fumble.
Well, Mark Madden's been fucking dragging him through the mud since last year.
Dude, fuck Mark Madden. Fuck that fat bitch.
Up until this week, everyone's like, yeah, all on the Juju train. But, bro, I saw so many people, like you said, Ty, dragging him through the mud. And I got really upset.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
And it's okay to get upset at Juju. Like, he's not.
No, I wasn't upset at Juju. I was upset at everyone else for calling him number one.
But like everyone's saying, oh, Juju, he fumbled in clutch time. Like, that's fine, dude. Like, yeah, Juju fumbled. But guess what? In 3 seasons, he's fumbled the ball twice. Yeah, they've both been in clutch situations, as people are saying all online. But two fumbles?
Every fucking as long as the clock is running during your game, it's crucial.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Right? Am I wrong? I mean, I know you guys agree, but I'm just talking.
Well, no, I agree with you.
And here's the thing: everyone's like, Juju lost them that game. If he caught that ball, do we win that game? Absolutely. But
Ty, you cannot even say absolutely because they're not in field goal range when they made that catch. You know, the chances of them winning way higher.
Most likely, but. Would we have won the game if we didn't get the roughing the passer call on fucking Denny's? Most likely. Do we win that game?
If you run a wildcat from your
your own fucking 5-yard line and you throw a pickoff, if you don't run that play, do we win that game? Most fucking likely, because they scored a touchdown that next play. The Ravens did.
Well, also on our 2 picks, what was it like 2 picks? We only got 6 points. Or on the turnovers, we only got 6 points.
Yeah.
There were so.
There you go, Tapia. Like,
and I hate to blame refs at all, but it's like, if that game is officiated better, do we win that game? Most likely.
Honestly, to that, I would say no, because the Ravens got a lot of shitty calls too.
That's true. The Steelers got a lot of calls in their favor.
11 penalties on both teams. You know, like, I don't want to blame the refs for this game because I think they called an even game. It was just a terribly called even game. Right. The Ravens had 92 yards in penalties. The Steelers had 76.
Right.
So
yeah, it was just bad officiating all around.
Technically, we got the longer end of the stick. It wasn't very long, but you have to capitalize on shit like that, and the turnovers, and it's just clutch situations. Like they're missing that clutch gene, and I don't know really what it is.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the young talent. I don't know if it's that people are so hurt. I don't know if it's that the leader Ben is. I don't know, dude. It's like they're so close every time. We saw it with the Seahawks.
Yeah, I don't think it's just one thing. I think it's just like a little bit of everything sprinkling around and going the wrong way.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've been doing this for a little bit now, and think about since week 10 of last season, or especially week 15, week 16 when AB didn't show up for the Browns game. That's I would say shit hit the fan when they lost twice to the Jaguars.
Yep.
Like got embarrassed by the Jags. Like I think that's when really it all started. And when Shazier went down, bro, that's literally when everything
I feel collapsed.
Really, yeah, I was gonna say unraveled.
Yeah.
And we've got the pieces. I think we've got the head coach. We've got the talent.
We have the pieces we need. It's just at some point the stars need to align.
Yeah.
And with that, I want to get back to the Juju. What do you guys think? Like, I feel like we didn't finish that. I'm not mad. I mean, we're not mad, no, but it's like people have to understand that Humphrey is known to do that. He's a ball hawk. Like he's not looking to get you. He's looking to get the ball.
On Juju's touchdown, he punched at the ball, and Juju happened to hold on to it.
And luckily Juju didn't get taken down on that either. He stayed on his feet. He showed his strength. But with that being said, Ty, he was a fucking, Humphrey tried it on Juju earlier. Juju was a fucking firsthand witness. Like he knows what's coming. So
I agree. He should have been prepared, and he should have caught that ball.
But at the same time, it was exceptionally well what Humphreys did, like fucking like great, like because like you said,
exceptional.
Like he tried it before.
It was phenomenal, bro. It was a great play.
Like it couldn't have been any more perfect for him.
And Michael, me and you talked about this earlier today. Like everybody's like, "Oh, Juju fumbled. Juju fucked up."
How about
credit the defense, dude? That was an incredible fucking defensive play.
Yep.
Like,
I agree.
Yeah, Juju should have hung on to the ball, but give credit where credit's due. Still, shit.
I'm not mad because he's not the reason we lost the game. There was a lot of things to it.
Well, and that's the thing, dude. Is everyone says he is, but I'm with you, dude. That's not why we lost.
However, I thought this was pretty interesting. Juju was questionable this week for like the whole week, and I don't think he went to practice on Thursday and Friday or something like that. I think I saw. But he was out at IUP, I think Indiana University of Pittsburgh or University of Pennsylvania, and he was partying.
Listen, yeah, a lot of people are like,
and you guys know how I feel. Like, yeah, he's got a life. He's got his job and he's got his life. I don't think what he was doing is wrong, but if you are questionable and, you're kind of dealing with an injury and, your team's not doing that hot, do you guys think that it's acceptable for him to have been questionable and then go out and party, have fun?
I think he's a grown man and he can do whatever the hell he wants. And I think Colin Dunlap on Twitter had said it.
Yeah, I have it right here.
Yeah, whatever he does outside of the fucking football field on game day is none of my business, frankly, and I could not care any less as to what he's doing. As long as come game day, he's suited up and he's ready to play. Like, who fucking cares?
And he hasn't shown us one time since we've seen him in black and yellow that he's not ready to play.
Yeah, after partying this weekend, sure, he had his fumble, right? But he still went out, showed out, had 7 catches for 75 yards and a touchdown. Like, he did what he comes to do, and that's that.
And the thing is, too, like, we don't get too far into detail with stats and stuff, but just because Juju, someone might say, oh, he's not a number one, he's not AB, he only had 5 for 75 and a score. But it's like, I see Hines Ward in Juju. Like, he's that strong, like, agile receiver where, yeah, he'll fucking run that streak. He'll run that crossing pattern, whatever. He'll also lay that block and hold that block. Like, Juju is, I'm not preaching to you guys because I know you guys agree with me, but, like, he is our number one. And I think that he he hasn't reached his full potential because he's fucking 23 years old.
That's what I'm saying, dude. He's still he's still a kid.
Fun, bro. That's the thing is, like, everyone contradicts themselves. I'm sure we have multiple times, but he's having fun, and that's really all that fucking matters, bro.
And what I've noticed is it's generally the people slandering him is the older crowd who comes from, oh, be professional. You're here to play football. Do that, and then just.
Those are the people that are mad at Kaepernick for hating the U.S. troops.
Right. Yeah. So it's like to see him going out, being him, and having fun. Like, I don't know why it just irks the older generation so much. It's like, who fucking cares?
This just clicked in my head. It's like when I lived at home with my mom and I'd be super hungover on Saturday and I wouldn't want to get out of bed. And she'd yell at me to go cut the grass when I just cut it last week. Literally, she was just mad at me because I had fun last night and she didn't. It's just like Mark Madden and Juju.
Yeah. I hate Mark Madden on Twitter.
Hey,
I hate that he...
Ty, shout out to you for getting Mark Madden to respond to us on Twitter. He's got over 100,000 followers and he was like the number one radio host in Pittsburgh. He was on ESPN. He got kicked off because of his bullshit antics, I guess. I don't know too much about him, but that's good publicity for us.
I have never heard Mark Madden speak a word in my life, but I hate him already. Like, I can't imagine that his show is any good based off of what he says on Twitter. Yeah. I just can't. Also, how can you be a Pittsburgh sports radio host and just slander your home sports town teams so much?
Because people love bad news.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I mean, I don't get it, but it's just like facts.
Yeah. I mean, look at how outrageous Stephen A. Smith is.
Him and Skip.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of either of them, frankly, but at least, I don't know. At least they have their teams they root for, and they root for them and don't drag their name through the mud. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. That's true. Ty, you said Colin Dunlap. His tweet was, what was that? Can you guys hear me?
Yep. Hear and see you.
Cool. It sounded like maybe some powered off. I don't know. But Colin Dunlap, he said it can be both. Juju can be fun and still fumble the game away. Sitting at home on a Friday night wouldn't make him hold on to the ball any longer.
Right.
So he could have been watching tape and he could have been fucking doing what? He could have been jerking off. Like, it doesn't matter whether he was at home, partying, or like you said, Ty, he shows up to the game. That's all that's in his head is game time. Let's fucking win the game. And that's that.
And when game time rolls around, he's ready for game time. So whatever he does outside of game time, I don't fucking care.
And his numbers aren't bad, bro.
No, dude, he's on pace for 1,000 yards.
It's pretty decent.
I mean, 1,000 yards is a good season.
And he hasn't once complained about not being targeted, not getting these catches, not being the guy. Like,
he's out there
just fucking puts his head down and works.
And I saw somebody say, yeah, I'm sure Juju's great right now with the kids and this and that, but just wait till he gets real money like AB did. And I'm like, okay, I get your point. Like, yeah, money changes people. I mean, that's evident. Like, it's fair. Yeah. But I saw Juju was raised like with 9 kids or something, and he didn't sleep in a bed or his own bed until he went to USC. Like, I think this man is like legit. And like I'll call him a man because I think he's more of a man than anybody else on that fucking squad. Like, or all the people talking shit about him. He's more of a man than all of them.
Well, that's the thing, dude. Is he comes from nothing, so it's like he knows the struggle. And I know a lot of those guys come from nothing, but like,
right.
I feel like he's been so humbled in it all that like I don't think the money would change him at all.
Right, and like I said, people said that AB was the same way, but you can just tell a difference between AB and Juju. Like Juju is more about we than it is, AB is more I, me. And Steelers Crash. I've been following Steelers Crash on Twitter since I got Twitter on my personal account, and he always, instead of saying AB or Antonio Brown, he always puts A me.
Huh.
A me.
Yeah.
Because it was all about AB. Like it was, and he literally has been saying all that shit since day one, and it's kind of like we had Matt on last week, and he's a real fan. He talks shit when he knows it's legitimate.
Yeah.
And, Mark Madden says bad stuff too, but it's like people, like we just said, people want to hear bad news, but it's reality and people can't really cope with reality.
Yeah. True.
It's tough.
An unfortunate reality is this whole Mike Tomlin situation too, dude. Apparently, okay, so the Redskins fired Jay Gruden, their head coach. Apparently, the word on the street is the Redskins want Mike Tomlin as their next head coach. He's a hometown kid already from Washington. And people are saying if you get a first-round pick trade offer for Tomlin, you got to take it. Dude, I didn't know you could trade draft picks for coaches.
Dude, I was just thinking the same thing.
Since when is that a thing?
Like I never really knew that it was, or I've always heard like rumors about it or whatever, but yeah, I didn't know that you could actually do that. And probably because what team would you never even heard of that.
Yeah. I've literally never heard of it in my lifetime. And the fact that Tomlin's worth a first round pick though, good on him.
No, that's bullshit, bro. He's got a Super Bowl. He's never had a losing season. He is
that's what I'm
he's
saying.
worth more than that.
He signed a 2-year extension.
And the Steelers don't fire their coaches.
Or
job security.
Or trade them.
Yeah. I just had no idea you could trade for a coach. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. They're under contract the same as the players are.
You're 100% right.
2 years.
Think about the MLB, bro. They trade people for cash and like equipment, like a bag of balls. Like that's funny, but that's legitimate.
Yeah.
It reminds me of semi-pro trading a washing machine for Ed Monix.
Even though we need ours, yeah.
Well, somebody was traded for a printer.
What kind of printer was
it? Those things are expensive, bro.
Especially if it's 3D, bro.
Oh, dude.
It was definitely not 3D.
With that Mike Tomlin thing, I saw a few tweets, and it wasn't just a first-round pick. I think it was like within the top 10 first-round pick.
But it's like, dude, Mike Tomlin's not going anywhere. Let's be honest.
So think about it. We just traded a potential top 10 first overall pick for Minkah Fitzpatrick. Do you think that Minkah Fitzpatrick is worth Mike Tomlin?
No, not even a little bit.
Minkah might be one of the top players on our defense right now, but he's not worth a fucking head coach.
It's not worth a Super Bowl winning head coach. That's just not.
And like I said it earlier, bro. We've never seen a losing season out of him. We were blessed with Bill Cowher. Don't take this shit for granted.
Right.
Dude, it was Kyle Korver.
What?
So I'm gonna read it to you.
What the fuck did you just say?
It was Kyle Korver who was traded for a copy machine.
Oh. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, I was like, Tapia, you lost me, bro.
Yeah, yo, man, you need to
That's
get
hilarious.
Off that. Do you guys know about this, or do you want me to tell you?
No, I think
give us a little brief. Give me a little brief deal. What team was he on? What year was this?
So it says, Kyle Korver says, the 51st pick to the New Jersey Nets, Corver said Saturday as he delivered a commencement speech at his Crane alma mater. I found out shortly afterwards that I had been traded to Philly. I'm not sure if traded is the right word. I was more or less sold for an undisclosed amount of money. Later, I found out the Nets used that money to pay for the entry fee for their summer league team. And then with the leftover money, they bought a coffee machine.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Yo, that's
And
one of like the
that's not
all-time
like a
shooters of all time in the
I was going
NBA.
to say, that's not
Yeah.
a no-name player.
Yeah.
He's literally
Holy
one of the
shit.
best three-point shooters in NBA history.
Dude, that's fucking hilarious.
Hilarious. Wow. I want to real quick before we stop talking about the Steelers here and the dreadfulness that is. Stephon Diggs supposedly wants out of Minnesota. Of course, Steelers Twitter is calling for Diggs to come to Pittsburgh. Realistically, what would you be willing to give up for Stephon Diggs?
5th round pick.
5th round? Ooh, wow. That's cold.
It's not a no pun intended. Is that a dig at him?
Haha.
Is that a dig at Stephon Diggs? But I don't feel like.
That's not what we need right now.
Yeah, that's not what we need.
Not what we need.
It's not what we need. Like,
It's just not.
you know, all right, 5th round plus Deontay Moncrief.
I mean, yeah, we could
Might as well just give up a fucking washing machine.
we could use a really good receiver, but like, is Stephon Diggs the answer to our really good receiver?
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I think adding Stephon Diggs would be sick, and it would be a spark.
I think so, yeah.
However, I know that we talked about having confidence in Rudolph and Hodges and whatnot, but it's like until we have, like, we need to work on our base right now, work with what we have. It's like, yeah, Stephon Diggs would be great, but that could be like bringing in AB Jr. and stirring up some more chemistry in the clubhouse and fucking with what's going on. Like, there's been so much shit happening with the Steelers that I think they just need to, you know, shut the doors to the outside and just let, you know, fucking work together and just get better together.
I agree.
Yeah, give my guy Johnny Holton a shot.
Yeah,
he's had a couple drops.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like, yeah, his drops, and he just looks like he doesn't.
You guys talk. I'm gonna go pee.
Doesn't look like he fits there.
Yeah.
And I like him a lot. Like, I want him to play. Like, I want him to be, you know, that. If you get an empty set, put in Holton and fucking streak him down the field. Like, I want to see him as the kick returner.
Dude, it's like what we used to do with DHB.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, fucking, bro. I have to talk about Switzer and kick returns. Alex Kozora on Twitter. The Steelers kick return ratings from 2017 to 2019. In 2017, they were 29th in kick return rankings. In 2018, they were 31st. And this year, they're 29th. They're averaging less than 20 yards a return. Like,
dude, our special team sucks. That's why we decided to defend first.
Right, and I get that for sure. Like, I wasn't really sure of that call when it happened, when Tomlin made that decision, but luckily for him, it paid off, and I respect the fuck out of it. You take a risk like that, and it paid off.
Yeah, I mean, it's what the Patriots do all the time.
Right, but bro, we like Switzer. Like, I wish we had a mix between Switzer and Holton, because Holton's got that speed and that verticality. He runs up and down, whereas Switzer is way slower, but he's kind of agile. He can move side to side. It's like, I don't know. We need to do something. But yeah, Ty, we were just saying how the last 3 years, the Steelers kick return rankings, they're 29th in the league, 31st in the league, and then they're currently 29th in the league.
It's because you got fucking schmoes like Ryan Switzer and Johnny Holton returning your kicks who don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Well, I was just saying, we need a mix between Holton and Switzer. Holton is quick as fuck. He runs up and down, but Switzer is way slower and moves left to right. Like,
and I don't think it's just them. It's a whole special teams. It's a
right.
whole special team.
Right. I'm just talking about we're just talking about the kick returners right now because I don't even know how plays work like for all the blockers and all that shit. Like, I thought it was just standard for every team. You got a front line and you fucking block them.
No, I don't think that's how it works.
No, I mean, obviously it's not, but they have to do something because, yeah, Tapia said, we like that Mike Tomlin made that call to defer. Now, looking back on it, at first we were kind of confused, but
yeah,
it paid off. And Tomlin's reasoning was because he didn't trust our kickoff team, or kick return team. And he's fucking right. It's brutal.
Yeah, that's a fair enough point. Can't fault him for that. Yeah, it's tough.
I gotta move over to the charger here, guys.
You're good. So we got Sunday Night Football coming up against the Chargers. Are we in San Diego?
Yep.
Yeah.
In San Diego.
Melvin Gordon's back.
Melvin Gordon is back. Be a challenge for the defense between him and Eckler. We're gonna have to shut Phillip Rivers down, but
and Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I think you just let like either Stevie or Joe Hayden shadow him all game.
You got to make Joe,
yeah,
because Joe is the one that locked down. Was it Michael Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins,
right?
All those guys last year.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. Hoping here for a win, move us to the 4-2 slot. Or 2-4, rather, not 4.
Yeah,
I wish it was 4-2. That'd be super nice.
Oh, that'd be ideal.
We'd be in first place, but whatever. We'll see what happens.
We also would have played 2 more games than everyone else.
Yeah. The good news is, though, for Pittsburgh fans who are kind of over the football season at this point, is that hockey season is back. And we talked last week, I think, that October is the 1 month where hockey, football, basketball, and baseball are all on. Just so many sports happening. Penguins currently losing 4-1 to the Jets in their second game of the season. Or I'm sorry, no. Third game?
Yeah, third.
Third game of the season. That sounds about right.
Sorry, I'm double checking.
Yeah, they lost. No.
They beat the Blue Jackets 7-2 their last game.
Right.
Which was on Saturday. In their first game, they lost 3-1 to Buffalo, and that was Thursday the 3rd. But yeah, they're losing 4-1 right now at the end of the second to Winnipeg, and then they're on the road again. No, at home.
The Ducks.
Yeah, home against Anaheim, and then on Saturday they're away against Minnesota. But Ty, you had mentioned that Malkin was hurt.
Yeah, what happened there?
That's a damn good question.
I literally just saw on Twitter like Malkin could miss significant time, and I'm like, what? I was unaware of the fact that he was hurt.
Same.
We'll have to look into that.
Malkin and I can't even pronounce that name.
Bujstead.
Yeah.
Bujstead.
Out longer term.
Yeah, for what is the question?
Malkin both suffered a lower body injury.
Oh, that's specific. Perfect.
In their 7-2 win.
Super specific. Thank you, NHL. But yeah, that's gonna hurt the Penguins, man. I mean, we always, for however many of the past years, we've always kind of relied on the Crosby-Malkin effect.
Yeah, well, it says over the past 15 years, the Penguins have prided themselves on their depth at the center position. 15 years.
15 years, to be exact. I mean, yeah, you have some other weapons, but I mean, you got rid of Phil the Thrill. Jack Johnson is still in the lineup for whatever reason. It's like, I don't know. I didn't watch much hockey last year. I told myself I'd watch much more this year, but I still haven't seen a single Penguins game. So I don't know. I'll have to start watching those. But dude, like I said, football season is football season. So
yeah, there's still 79 Penguins games left.
Yeah, until football season's over, I will not be watching anything besides football. So
yeah,
True.
So that's hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Back to a little Pittsburgh football. The Pitt Panthers had a crazy game against Duke.
I
Ended up
missed
winning.
it. I missed that too.
Oh shit! This headphone just died. That means they're gonna die soon. Not
That's a
that it's a
bummer.
big deal, but Pitt led Duke with 26-3 with 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 26-3, and then Duke went on a 27-0 run in the final 18 minutes.
Holy shit!
And then they went to overtime, and Pitt won.
Yeah.
And that's college football.
And their defensive lineman and their defensive back, Paris Ford is the DB, and Patrick Jones Jr. is the D lineman. They won ACC Players of the Week.
Oh, Patrick Jones, dude. PJ. That's what we call him at school.
Oh, yeah.
Ever.
Pretty decent. That's 2 wins. Coming off that win against UCF. Those fucking bastards.
Those fucking bastards. Yeah, that's true.
UCF lost again against Cincinnati.
Yeah, I was watching part of the game.
On the
Yeah, that's
downfall,
brutal.
big. Big. I haven't watched a single college football game all year either. Idiot. Fucking idiot, dude. Yeah, I hear Michigan
What
sucks.
else are you doing? You don't.
I hear Michigan sucks dicks.
They won. They won last
They
game.
just beat Iowa.
Yeah, idiot.
Yeah, big deal. It's Iowa.
Yeah,
Idiot.
they still beat them.
Iowa was undefeated.
Was.
Who did they play the week before that?
They
Iowa?
played Rutgers. Was it?
No, Iowa played Rutgers, I think, week 1.
No, I'm talking Michigan.
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, Michigan played Rutgers and beat them 52-0 last week.
And then their coach got fired.
Rutgers coach.
And
Yeah, and then they play U of I this Saturday at U of I.
Talk about
Oh,
an
that's
easy
gonna be
fucking schedule,
disgusting.
bro.
yeah,
Okay.
well,
Rutgers,
like-
U of I? What?
it's when Michigan played Rutgers, Iowa played Middle Tennessee and beat them 48-3.
and
And the week
and,
before that, Michigan got stomped by Wisconsin.
yeah, they did. And then
Yeah.
and then Michigan almost lost to Army week 2. Almost lost to
Right.
Middle Tennessee week 1.
Listen,
And Iowa beat Iowa State.
maybe I'm wrong to think this way, but insofar as like elite college football schools,
Yeah.
I put Michigan far and away above Iowa. So like the fact that they beat Iowa, like who fucking cares?
Oh, I agree. I mean, they should beat Iowa.
I'm saying easy road.
Nah, dude. Yeah,
Dude, you
man.
got the
Easy
easy road.
baby. Big
Easy
Ten.
road. Iowa was ranked 14th. Michigan was 19th. And Michigan only won 10-3. What the fuck is that?
Okay. Fair
Okay.
enough.
Well, they started at 10, which is crazy.
Who do they
But
play
dude,
next?
U
Who
of I.
does who play next?
Oh, U of I,
Michigan plays
right.
U of I, and
Right.
Iowa plays Penn State.
But then, hold on. But then they play Penn State, number 10, Notre Dame, number 9, and then they play Maryland and Michigan State. Dude, I mean,
Notre Dame's overrated.
Dude, and Maryland just beat Rutgers 48-7. Iowa beat Rutgers 30-0. Like, what the fuck is Rutgers doing?
dude, they always get beat like this.
Why is Rutgers in there?
Well, I mean, it's like the
Conference.
Browns.
Whatever.
No, that's why I hate college football, because until the playoff, it's like, why are you guys playing these no-name fucking teams? Like,
Right.
like Ty, I agree. Iowa is not a superior team. So for them to be playing Middle Tennessee and beating them 48-3, it's like, why am I wasting my time even talking about this?
Yeah.
Well,
Right,
because
yeah.
They make money off those games.
Right.
And off of us watching it.
And Middle Tennessee makes
Which is
money off
stupid.
of getting stopped.
Fair
crazy.
enough. And that's college football for you.
That's about that.
That's about that. I haven't watched any MLB playoffs, but Yadier Molina walked it off to force a game 5 against the Braves. Is that who they're playing? I think so.
Cardinals?
Yeah, Cardinals, Braves, right?
Yeah.
And
Right?
Yadi walks it off, and he throws his bat just onto the field. Went nuts. And, you know, I forget every October how electric the MLB playoffs are, dude. Just like, we don't have a dog in this fight. Like, it doesn't matter to us, really. But watching these games, it's like, you
We
just get
never
so...
have.
Yeah, exactly. You just get so amped up watching these games because, like, maybe it's because baseball is the only sport I played my whole life, growing up. But just watching the electricity that is MLB playoffs is fucking awesome.
Just something about it.
Something about it, dude. It's hard not to get emotional about baseball. Is that what they say?
No, it's what Billy Bean said.
Yeah, I'll show you where the bean is. Chicago, and also under the hood.
Los Frijoles.
La Rosita. What? I don't know.
I can't believe you just fucking said that. Degenerate.
Under the hood.
Yeah, you get it. Anyways, shall we wrap this B up?
Yeah, I think so, because necesito usar el baño ahora.
I don't know what that means, but I'll take it as yeah, that's good.
And McGrory's headphones are dying.
Yeah, that's true too.
The
All right.
left one's already dead.
Episode 97, Yins Entertainment Podcast is Tuesday, October 8th. Check us out. Just go to our website, yinsentertainment.com. The links to our social media, Twitter, Instagram, they're on there. The links to all the platforms to listen to the podcast, they're on there. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're on YouTube. Just search Yins Entertainment. Our social media at Yins Daily. Like I said, just go to yinsentertainment.com. You can find it all there. Episode 97 will be back next week. Episode 98, we have hopefully a guest coming on for that. We'll talk some Steelers football after this Chargers game Sunday night. So yeah, we'll be back in a week. And until then, just take it sleazy. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Always.